We believe in the American dream, not in the socialist nightmare. America will never be a socialist country.
They got President Trump over the weekend warning against the dangers of socialism, and it turns out most Americans may actually agree with him. As a brand new Wall Street Journal poll reveals, 72% would be very uncomfortable voting for a socialist. But look at that, 25% comfortable. What's that about? Here to weigh in, radio talk show host Larry Elder. Larry, who are those 25% comfortable with the socialists?
Nobody I know, nobody I hang out with. But no, the problem is there's a growing fantasy with socialism on the part of the left. The people on the left, I think they believe there's a free lunch, and these SOBs over there are trying to stop them from eating that free lunch.
But if you've got nothing and the opportunity of everything free for you is dangled in front of you, why wouldn't you jump for that?
It takes historical ignorance to buy that argument. Look at what socialism has done in China. Look what socialism has done in Russia. Look what's going on right now in Venezuela, for crying out loud. And capitalism has been the engine that has lifted more people up from poverty than any other ideology that I can think of.
But Larry, where's this narrative coming from? Is it coming from college?
It's coming from what I call, Steve, the axis of indoctrination. That's Hollywood, academia, and media. All of them conspire to promote these left-wing views. Why do you think the left wants free college tuition? If people who went to college came out Republican, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Yeah. All right. You know, speaking of college, in the last week or 10 days, a young man who was an activist for helping with Turning Point USA at UC Berkeley, out in your state of California, he was assaulted by somebody. The cops did figure out who it was. The president actually talked about this young man, Hayden Williams, this weekend at CPAC and the freedom of speech. Watch this.
I'm proud to announce that I will be very soon signing an executive order requiring colleges and universities to support free speech if they want federal research dollars.
And the president also brought Hayden Williams up on the stage. What do you think of this executive order?
Well, in general, I'm not a fan of executive orders. I understand the intent, and the intent, of course, is to make the college atmosphere hospitable to people with different points of view. But in this particular case, the person who was assaulted was not even a student at UC Berkeley. The person who did the assaulting was not a student at UC Berkeley. And the UC Berkeley campus arrested the guy who assaulted him. So the university had nothing whatever to do with this, and they condemned the violence that occurred. I don't know how you define when a college has violated free speech. Is it the fact
that many people do?
Is it the fact that colleges are more likely to invite conservative left-wing speakers than conservative speakers? Is that the definition of it? Is the definition of a college lacking free speech the fact that you've got a Department of Sociology with 0 Republicans, registered Republicans? Is that what it is? How do you define it? It seems to me it's going to create more problems than it's going to solve.
Well, let's see what the president ultimately does. You're going to see a lot of Larry here at the Fox News channel in the next 20